What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm E-Bike Builder, and I just wanted to show you a little impulse purchase that I made last night at 2 in the morning. I think I made a good decision for once. I don't know. You guys have to let me know in the comments. Oh man, I just woke up. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this mistake that I made on AliExpress last night at 2 in the morning. We're gonna be doing a new build in about a week here, bubs. So I got this, I've been looking at this motor for a while. So Bafang, they have this RM G900 750 watt motor. Right, so this is a motor and it's 750 watts, but this thing, so the thing about this motor is that it's a geared hub motor, but it's made for like a normal bike size. It's not for fat tires. Right, so I think this is kind of a new thing, like for Bafang, relatively new, right? Maybe like a couple years old, but these things aren't very popular. You see the Bafang fat motors on everything, like the fat bike motors, but you never really see these ones because they're a little bit newer. Like I think I've seen people with the kits on YouTube and they kind of review a kit or whatever, but like I've never seen anybody just do a video on the Bafang G900, I guess is what you would call it. But yeah, so it's a rear motor. It's for like a I think there's a couple, like there's a 20, when I was buying it on AliExpress, there's a 26-inch version and then like a 700C 29-inch version. So it's nominal voltage is 48. We got 750 watts rated power. So I think if you buy this thing just like with the kit and how it comes and the stock controller and everything, stock display, I think the max speed is like 28 miles an hour. So this is kind of like a legal, you know, the way if you just buy this kit that I'm gonna show you here, it's for kind of like building a legal e-bike. But it's got 80 Newton meters of torque, so it's a hub motor that goes on a non-fat bike, but it still has 80 Newton meters of torque, and then 5.6 kilograms on the weight of it. So you need disc brakes. So the cable comes out the left side, the brake rotor side, so that's good. It's not in the way of your gears and stuff and your cassette. It does have a throttle, it's like water resistant. It's got UL 2849 certification on the motor. So it's got the 138 millimeter dropouts. And so I was on AliExpress and I've been looking at this motor for a while. I've been thinking about it because I just thought this thing would be perfect for a bike, for like a legal e-bike on just a normal kind of like mountain bike, not a fat bike. It'd be a nice little motor to have on a normal bike and just have like, I don't know, like sometimes I'm in the back of my car and then I go into town. It's like, man, I wish I had a bike I could ride around a little bit. Like I don't want to drive my car around. I want to ride a bike around. So I was thinking about like anytime I can build a whole new e-bike just like on the cheap, it's a tempting deal for me. And that's what happened last night at 2 in the morning was I saw this thing. And so this is a kit, and there's a few options. This kit comes with this motor, right? The G900 750 watt motor. And I don't know what happened exactly, but when I ordered this thing last night, I got it for $227. And depending, like, man, I must have been in some kind of dream world, some kind of Bafang Chinese dream world last night at 3 in the morning when I bought this thing. But yeah, I don't know. I ordered it last night and it was $224. I'm not exactly sure how. Usually this kit is like $500 or $600, right? So I mean, like, I was looking at this kit in the past, and it's almost always like $500 or $600, $550. I do see some. I think Bafang must be clearing out these UART displays or something, because this is a. So if we go in here and we look at this, these displays are UART, and I think Bafang is kind of phasing out the UART communication protocol, and they're switching over to CAN bus. So I think that might be why these are so cheap. As you can see, that these look like a UART system and display on there. But man, for $200, and even at $274, like if you get the 26-inch rim, so now it's $256. But last night in Dreamland, when I bought this thing, it was like $200, and I was like, what is going on? How can you get a whole kit, a whole motor kit with this motor and all of that stuff? Like, it's the whole kit. It comes with the motor, and the spokes are laced into the rim. It's a whole wheel built. And then it's got a controller, a light, cadence sensor, controller box, tire levers, wiring harness. You pick a display out of these 3 models. And there's some other, is that a quick tool, like a cassette tool and a chain whip, and some brake levers or something. Oh, and that's a throttle right there. So all of that stuff, I mean, even at this price, $274 or something, to be able to buy a whole kit, a whole motor kit with all of this stuff in it for even at this price, that's pretty decent. Like, I wonder if that was a typo or something last night. Like, I bought this kit for $224. And so I wouldn't buy it with the battery. I get good batteries, and when you buy the batteries with the kit, it's just going to be kind of like generic cells. The batteries didn't seem too expensive. Like, it was like $100 or something. Like, so I guess if you need a battery, like, I would at least get a 13 amp hour one, but 20 is probably a better size for a battery, 20 amp hours. But I don't need the battery, so I just bought this thing when it was on a crazy $224 deal last night. So it's got a throttle, it's got pedal assist, and it's got walk assist. I think it's compatible with all the Bafang UART displays, I would imagine. So it fits 135 to 142 millimeter rear dropouts, 5 to 10 speed cassettes. I never knew there were 5 speed cassettes. So there it is. There's the kit. So you got to make sure that you have a quick release on your rear dropouts. It's not going to fit a bike that has a through axle, like over here on the right where it says no fit. So you want to make sure your bike has a quick release. This is for like janky Walmart bikes, basically, or just janky bikes. Like if you have a decent mountain bike, it probably has a through axle, and this won't fit in the dropout because it's just a hole, right? Like this is a big old motor with a nutted axle. So we got to slide this thing up into some dropouts, and so you're going to want a quick release bike, quick release rear dropouts with mechanical disc brakes, because this rim is not made for rim brakes, right? So here's all the specs on the motor. I mean, it seems the bike that I'm going to put this thing on is my bike that used to have the BBS02 until I burned that thing up, and I think I don't have any interest in bringing the BBS02 back when I have 2 BBS HD motors. So I think I'm going to put this motor on my bike that I used to have a BBS02 on, or maybe I'll get a different bike. I don't know. Maybe I'll get a new Walmart bike and we'll put this thing on it. Who knows? But I thought it'd be a fun little project. So it seems like it comes with a Bafang controller. I'm pretty sure these are the Bafang controllers, the ones that are like potted, and it's got that L1121 connector that So this is like, it's a relatively new Bafang motor. You know, it's not like a old, it's not like a old goofy one or anything. Like this thing, I've only seen like one person with one of these on YouTube. But yeah, so I just wanted to show you this little deal that I found here. See, there's the wiring diagram. That's how everything goes together. So this is the little kit that I've got coming in the mail for a couple $100. We're gonna build a new e-bike. Man, I wish the price was still at like the super crazy deal price. It's a little bit more expensive than it was last night when I bought it, but man, even for $274, or like if you have a 26-inch wheel, it's like $260 with that basic display. That's a pretty good deal, Bubs, because then you just need a bike and a battery, and I've got those things. So you guys will have to stay tuned on the e-bike builder channel. Stick around. We're gonna have this thing coming in the mail, and it's gonna be a fun time. I'm gonna pop this thing on a bike, have a nice, I'll probably just run it stock for a while. I don't think I'll put a flip ski on it like immediately or anything. I might just run it with the stock controller for a while, since it comes with like a nice controller bag and everything. And then yeah, so we'll have a nice little bike, probably throw in the back of my car, and it'll just be like a little backup thing for when I run out of gas in my car and I'm walking down the side of the road with a jerry can. I'll be riding down the side of the road with a jerry can on my e-bike that I got for $200. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. Stay tuned. I'm going to build this thing up real quick. If you're interested in a kit, I still think it's like a decent deal. You might be able to just search around for Bafang 750 watt hub motor kit. I think this is probably the best deal. This one right here, $256. Oh, now look, Green Energy is doing a crazy deal. So you gotta shop around, because like last night, this one that I got was $226, but now right now, this Green Energy, it seems like they adjusted their price to undercut this one that was low yesterday. So now maybe today, right now, if you were gonna buy it, oh, there's a lot of options here. So like if I choose 750 watt rear 29-inch, now it's becoming more expensive, right? $314. There's a few more options for the display here, but there's also an option for no display here. I like the 500C, or the 600C is usually the one that I like. So if you need more options for the motor wattage or the wheel size, like this one has 27.5-inch option. So there's more options, and this is the same motor. Like if you go in here and you look at it, usually under the specifications, so this one's a little bit like, sometimes in these listings they put multiple different motors in like the same one, and this one seems like if you get a 500 watt front motor or a 500 watt rear motor, you're gonna get like these old Bafang motors, that the smaller ones, like they're really quiet but they're not very powerful. So if you're on this listing, like you want to make sure that you get this rear hub motor with the cassette that's 750 watts, and that's the Bafang G900 right there, right? So don't get bamboozled on this listing by these other ones. Like the other ones are called a G20 or like a G21, or like these other ones are smaller. Like you want this big guy, this Bafang RM G900. That's the good one. So yeah, guys, I just thought I'd let you know what I'm doing. I got this build coming up. Like and subscribe. Maybe if you want to build a legal mountain bike e-bike with me soon, maybe look into that. Look into one of those guys. I mean, this thing, it's usually like $400 at least for this kit, for the whole kit, the wheel build and all the stuff in the kit. So the fact right now that you can get it for like $300 or something, $275. And last night in Dream World I got it for $224, Bubs. I'm so stoked. Like and subscribe. It's coming soon, coming in a week, Bubs. We're going to have a new build going. I'll see you then. Leave a comment. What are you thinking? You going to build any new bikes this year? Let me know. Peace out, bubs. Thanks for watching.